everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We had a great day, a wonderful day. I definitely am, because I've seen another new teaser from Ford about the all-new Ford Mustang next generation model coming out. And it's just a few more days from now. Can you believe it? It's gonna be revealed on, I think it's Wednesday of this upcoming week, the 14th of September. It's been quite a while that we've had the current S550 generation Mustang. And with that being said, it's been a glorious generation. I'm such a fan of all the models that have come out throughout the years. My favorites being like the GT350 and the 500. There's nothing like a flat plane crank Mustang that revs past 8,000 RPM and has a stick shift manual transmission, all motor, all V8, no turbos, no supercharging, none of that. It makes me very excited for what's gonna come next, the next generation GT350. Will they go down the route of a flat plane crank, all motor Mustang again? I don't know. I would love to see that. With that being said, there's a clip I'm going to be showing all of you today, which hasn't been seen too much online, and it's basically of the logo of the new Mustang, right? And then the background noise. The soundtrack is of a, I think, race car variant of this 7th generation Mustang. I want to get all of your opinions and feedback down below, so when I play it, please comment your thoughts. Anyways, moving on from that, there's so much to cover in this video. Now that we're so close to the reveal of this 7th generation Mustang, it's right about now where we start getting a really good idea of what's going to be showcased and what's not. Now, there's basically a fence, right? And then on one side of the fence, you have people who are thinking it's going to be more of an evolution. And then on the other, these people think it's going to be more of a revolution. It's an interesting thought. The future of Mustang going down electrification and hybridization all throughout the United States. We're seeing this massive push towards EVs, not only by states, but also by manufacturers like GM and other big names. In California recently, they even announced that by 2030 or 2035, there's a new mandate that is stating that all new vehicles that are sold must be electric, which is crazy how they're actually trying to put in the law that by a certain year, you are no longer legally allowed to buy a gasoline-powered vehicle. You can still keep your car. One important thing to highlight is that you can still keep your gas-powered car as long as you bought it before 2035. And it's interesting thinking about it. The future of having just EVs on the road and no more gas-powered, rumbling, big V8 Ford Mustangs. It's going to be a telling time. Whether we like it or we don't like it, we just gotta wait to see. However, let's backtrack a bit and focus on the here and the now. Right behind me with this teaser, let me tap focus right there. There we go. That is the all-new 7th generation Ford Mustang. It's undercover right now, but with that being said, we should be getting a good idea of what it looks like in a handful of days, and also we can get a good idea just looking at this photo right behind me. Let's do that. As you can see, what's interesting about this shot is that behind the car itself, it says 7th generation Mustang, which is really interesting how they did this. I think we can actually see more of the 7th generation Mustang than we initially think, because if we zoom in, look close, towards the front end of the vehicle, what do you notice that's going on right here? Well, specifically where the hood tapers off to the front end, it seems not as rounded off as the current generation Mustang. From side to side, it looks more rectangular, more angular and boxy, which is a highlight, a throwback to the 1st generation Mustang ever made. Not only that, follow the trim lining to where the hood ends. It wraps around very sharply. I think that is one of the tapered off angles to the hood that connects to the front fenders. The headlight sockets seem pretty similar to the current headlight sockets that we see with the standard Ford Mustangs. I honestly think that looking at this, the headlights will be similar to the standard Mustang we have, where you can see the entire headlight print looking straight towards the vehicle in front of it, but also to the sides and on angles where it wraps around to the adjacent side of the vehicle. I think that's going to be a carryover, but what we're going to see with it is that the design will be much more detailed and futuristic. I really like what they did here because it kind of gives you like a wide body appeal or a look with those two fender lines. I believe that the most inner line that is much higher up is connected to the hood. However, if we look to the right of that, towards the center of the hood, what do you see there? There looks like an indentation is there. It actually reminds me a lot of the 2014 Shelby GT500s with an exit vent that's horizontal right in the middle. Oh yeah, and also like the Shelby GT350s with that center exit vent. Could that be what's on this vehicle? I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts? Please let us know in the comment section down below. Not only that, it could be pretty similar to the standard Mustang GT that's out. However, let's keep looking around the vehicle, making our way from the front to the back, channeling along the side mirrors. I don't know if you see or tell much about it. The roof line, the windshield looks similar with the fastback design, but towards the very top, do you see that pointy edge? I think that's the shark fin antenna that we see with the standard Mustangs. Two really big important things I want to touch base on. Going down further, you can see how the fastback style completely blends into the back of the vehicle. The haunches towards the rear, they look more flattened out, more angular, like boxy almost. They're not as rounded, I don't think, as the standard Mustangs that we have right now. It's honestly interesting seeing that silhouette line for the hips of the vehicle. And then above it, look how big that spoiler is. It looks bigger than the stock spoiler on a Mustang GT. Let's check out the other teasers Ford has revealed as of recently. Going above that, this shot shows off the Stampede event where Ford has been putting on a big cross-country drive and showcase for this new 7th generation Mustang. Now, essentially what this is that Mustang owners are invited from across the country to link up and rally to Motor City for the official reveal of the new Ford Mustang. And you can actually see the Mustang towards the far right in camouflage, part of the rally. Maybe it's leading the rally, I'm not sure, but I really do love what Ford is doing here. They're giving back to the enthusiasts, and the enthusiasts are what have made the Mustang brand so special. Not only that, scrolling down more through the Ford Mustang Twitter account, this is where we're gonna find a lot of the teasers going on throughout the internet right now. We have a shot of the trunk closing for a new Ford Mustang. Looking at it, you also get a soundtrack of the exhaust, which I'll play right now. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty throaty. It sounds like a proper V8 Ford Mustang. That's the glory of it. I think V8 is confirmed. However, a few of the things I want to point out. Looking at the trunk itself, when they're closing it, the inside has the same lining as a standard Mustang in the past has, I believe, with the rubber outline. But closing it up, the GT badge now houses the word performance within the badge, and the center of the badge almost looks like it could be LCD lights that could light up. I'm not sure, or it could just be the finish texture of the badge itself. Please let me know your thoughts on that. However, above that, the top of the trunk seems more, I would say, rectangular, not as three-dimensional as the standard outgoing rear trunk. It's interesting looking at it. And there's more where that came from. They also revealed yet another teaser, and this one I think is of the front dash, the LCD display where your gauge cluster is going to be. And let me show you why. Do you see the silhouette outline that wraps around the Pony logo in the middle? Well, that silhouette outline is the outline of what the standard gauge cluster looks like. The hump towards the bottom where it kind of protrudes upwards, that is right above the steering column for the Ford Mustang. So what I think this is right here is that they're showing off the startup sequence for this new Ford Mustang when you get inside of it and like start it up. Because that silhouette lining would look pretty cool going around the outside edges of the screen. Actually, one last thing I want to highlight, based off spy photos online, we've kind of seen the interior of this new Mustang, and rest assured, lots of new advanced LCD screens in the steering wheel and other design characteristics of the vehicle. It looks more sharpened out, more angular, more rectangular in some senses. Now, I think the future vibe is more of that harsh and aggressive styling. I wonder how it's going to translate in person, if we're all gonna buy it right away and love it, or if we're all gonna kind of be on the fence. I know when the S550 generation Mustang came out, a big portion of people said it had a catfish face front end. Over time, we all started liking it more and more and more. At first, people thought it was too European, but now I really do love it. And what they've done with it, the refresh and everything, they've really polished it out. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button to help me out and subscribe for much more great videos coming out your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.